ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I'll share the screen. Last time we discussed about teachings of Queen Kunti and sixth chapter, that is Master of the Senses. So this chapter is going on, and today we will complete this chapter. Yeah, the software. Yes. Yeah, sixth chapter of teachings of kingdoms. Yeah, so let us recite this verse again, and then we'll start with the purport. यथा ऋषिकेश खलेन देवकी
यथा ऋषिकेशफलेन देवकी
कंसेन ऋद्धाति चिरं प्रचार्पिता
कंसेन वृद्धाचित्रं निरूपिता
विमोचिताहं च सहात्मजा विभो
विमोचिता
महात्मजा विभो
त्वय्यैव नाथेन मुहुर्विपद्गणात्।
त्वय्येव नाथेन मुहुर्विपद्गणात्।
पद्मनाथ।
Yeah. O Rishikesh, master of the senses and lord of lords, you have released your mother Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious king Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers. So the half of the purport almost we have covered. We will go directly to the part which we have yet to be discussed. So I think, yeah, the main focus was sense gratification or sense purification. So how in this material world, everyone is generally using his senses for sense gratification, and that is what is Maya, illusion, and that is the cause of one's bondage in this material world. So when one comes to Krishna consciousness, here Prabhupada is saying, one becomes purified and understands that these senses are actually meant for satisfying Krishna, and then he becomes a liberated person, that is Mukta Purush. This also we have discussed. Yeah, we'll start from here. This paragraph was also done, but let us again go through this very beautiful paragraph. Yes, who will read? Ashutosh, this paragraph you can read.
Yes, Raviji. Krishna is so merciful that if we want to use our senses in a certain way, he will give us the chance to do so. The senses are not ours, they are Krishna's. But Krishna gives us the opportunity to use them according to our desires. For example, each of us has a tongue, and suppose we want to eat stool. Krishna may say, Krishna, I want to taste stool. And Krishna will say, yes, take this body of a hog and eat stool. The master is present, Krishna. He will give us an appropriate body and remind us, my dear living entity, you wanted to eat stool. Now you have the proper body in which to do so. Similarly, if one wants to become a demigod, Krishna will give a chance to do that also. There are 8.4 million forms of life, and if one wants to engage one's senses in a particular type of body, Krishna will give one the chance. Come on, here is the body you want, take it. But eventually, one will become exasperated by using one's senses. Ultimately, Ultimately, one will become senseless. Therefore, Krishna says, Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Don't act like this. Your senses are meant for serving me. You are misusing your senses and are therefore being entrapped in different types of bodies. Therefore, to get relief from this tedious, therefore, to get relief from this tedious business of accepting one body and giving up to accept another and again another in continued materialization. Just give up the process of sense gratification and surrender unto me. Then you will be saved. This is Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So in this paragraph, very wonderful paragraph, where so actually Krishna is very merciful. So he doesn't want us. Uh, he doesn't want like he can't force us. Like he can force us also, but he doesn't want to force us and tell that please love me or please offer patram pushpam phalam toyam with love and devotion. So he can't. He don't want to force, because basically when it comes to love, love means it cannot be forced. It has to come voluntarily, and that is what Krishna is telling here. So if somebody wants to eat stool, then he says, okay, human body is not suitable for you. Then you take the body of a hog and then eat stool. So like that, some people, those who are very much habituated to eat meat, they want to eat meat from morning, lunch, breakfast, dinner, all three times they want to just eat meat. So there are some countries where people actually uh, they are so much addicted, they all the three times they will eat. Even in India, there are people like that. I know one of the boy who used to come for our programs in Pune. So that time he was telling that before I am so much lamenting, and he was asking, I have done so many sinful activities. How should I now repent for it? How can I can't make those animals again into life. I have done those sinful activities. So, but now he got to know that okay, this is not correct and this is very sinful. So now he was repenting. But I was also shocked to know that even in India, such things are happening, that people are eating meat all three times also, then that too daily. And why? Because they want to build up their body, or they some kind of thing, because they think that from meat you get a lot of proteins and all. But actually, there is a proper document where if you read the document, you come to know that actually the meat is not suitable for a human life, when you can't even digest that. So there is a lot of procedure. Even so, there is one thing also. Only tigers, their intestine is very small, so they can easily digest meat, and their body is actually meant for eating meat, because they survive on other living entities. So they can't just survive on rice, dal, sabji, chapati. Even if you tell them give the vegetables, they will not be able to do that. So that's how we understand that every body, every particular species meant to do certain kind of activities, and all everybody is doing the same thing. Cow will, if you give the flesh to cow will never touch it, or even it will not even eat it. So cow will only take grass. The tiger will only eat the meat, and the birds will take some the grains and different things. But the human being is the only species who want to take the everything. He wants to take the meat also. He wants to take vegetables also, and all the different categories. That's how, that is what is greed. Like once Radheshyam was telling that if there is a rice bag which is there on the in the street, suppose some rice bag is there on the street, and the birds will come, they will take little bit whatever is required for that particular day. They'll take little and they will go away. Some people, some more birds will come, they will take their own quota and they will go away. But the man comes, what he will do? What the man
He
does?
he will take off.
Yeah, he will take the whole bag and he will stock it for the entire month. Let me daily I will finish little. So that is the greedy mentality of the man, and that's how he goes into this troublesome activities, and then that's how he gets entangled and goes for sense gratification. So here Prabhupada is saying that so that's why Krishna is very merciful, because somebody suppose wants to eat meat all the day, then he says, okay, then human body is not fit for you. Better you take the body of a tiger or lion, or those animals who are habituated to eating meat, or their nature is to eat meat. So you take that body. Why to waste human birth for that? So then the next life he becomes like the tiger. So basically, what we do in this life, we are actually preparing our life for the next destination, next body, what we are going to get. So that preparation is going on now only. What kind of consciousness we have, what kind of desires we have. So the things, those things, what we cultivate, and then that only Krishna awards us. If somebody wants to sleep for a long time, then he becomes polar bear. Polar bear sleeps for 6 months. So that's how every what kind of desires we have, what kind of activities we are doing in this current life now, currently. So that kind of body we are going to get. So it's not very easy to even understand. And we can just observe a person, what kind of activities, what kind of just talk to him, observe his life, and you understand what he's going to become in his next life. So that is what here Prabhupada is telling. But that is not what Krishna wants us. He may fulfill that just because, okay, he wants to do that, okay, do it. But it's not his desire. His main desires, main instructions are given in Bhagavad Gita. And if you see the same purport at the end, so here it is saying, therefore, Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shcha. So this is Bhagavad Gita 18.66. So here, yeah, so this here it is said, yeah, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. What Krishna is telling here, this is very important. So this is what Krishna wants. So sometimes the master may fulfill some of the desires of the person just because, like some child also may desire something. So he may fulfill, but actually what instructions Krishna wants from us or what we should exhibit, that is this. Don't act like this. Your senses are made for serving me. You are misusing your senses and are therefore being entrapped in different types of bodies. Therefore, to get relief from this tedious business of accepting one body and then giving it up to accept another and again another in continued material existence, just give up this process of sense gratification and surrender unto me. Then you will be saved. This is Krishna consciousness. So this is what Krishna wants us. Krishna doesn't want us that we keep going on in this cycle of repeated birth and death, keep taking birth, then getting disease, misery, sufferings, and go on with that miserable life, and then somehow die, and again take another birth in another species, sometimes animals, sometimes aquatic, sometimes so different species. So Krishna is actually he feels pain by seeing such kind of thing. Whereas if a devotee, he becomes very interested in Krishna consciousness, then immediately he will be arranged that kind of association of devotees and holy name and everything will be provided. So Krishna sends his representatives like Srila Prabhupada so that we can get the knowledge, and that's how we come. And so we may think that, okay, I just got the association of devotees, but that is also actually arrangement of the Lord. So Lord, as a Paramatma inside, he inspires us, and then as a Paramatma outside, as a spiritual master, he connects us and brings us to the association of devotees. So let us go to the next paragraph. Next devotee, Aditya Pro can read.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, at the present moment.
At the present moment, our senses are contaminated. I am thinking I am American, so my senses should be used for the service of my country, my society, my nation. Or else I am thinking I am Indian and my senses are Indian senses, and therefore they should be used for India. In ignorance, one does not know that the senses belong to Krishna. Instead, one thinks that one has American senses, Indian senses, or African senses. This is called Maya, illusion. In material life, the senses are covered by designations such as American, Indian, and African. But when our senses are no longer contaminated by all these designations, Sarvopadi Vinirmukham, Vinirmuktam,
Yeah.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Madhya 19.170 Bhakti begins.
Yes.
To think I am an American,
Yes. Yes. So basically, here it is said that Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishkena Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. So what is bhakti is utilize our senses for the in the master of the senses, who is Rishikesh. And Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. So give up all the varieties of all the upadis, positions, post, everything. So basically, Prabhupada always emphasized this, that I'm not this American, I'm not European, I'm not Indian. So all these things. Even when he came to Hyderabad, so when he told about that also, I'm not Telugu or I'm not this particular caste or this state or something. So we have that deep-rooted desires or that mentality is there, that I am from this particular. So basically, bodily conception of life is very big. Some first time when we take the body, as soon as we take birth, so immediately it is told to us that okay, this is your mother, this is your father, this is your relative, these are. Then we start identifying ourselves with the family, and then we grow. Then we understand, okay, my name is this and this, and I am born in such family. My language, one mother tongue is this much. So we are engrossed into so many bodily conceptions that later on to come out of it, and when we tell the people that you are not this body or spirit soul, it becomes very difficult for us to understand that how it can be. And even after getting the knowledge also, to get the same knowledge into realization, it becomes even more tough. So that's why it is very important that we are in regular touch with the scriptures, which directly tells us what is our real identity. So in the device, Discover Yourself, which is the basic course, where there we learn that who are you? You are not the body made up of the 110 rupees, that chemical bundle, but you are something more than that. Like yesterday, I was taking the class. That time, I asked the boys that if because basically the body is made up of, because people say that okay, body is just made up of chemicals. There is no soul inside. Then if you count all the chemicals together, the cost was coming only 110 rupees. So then if body is only 110 rupees, so suppose you are driving in the Mercedes Benz, and the Mercedes Benz, then some accident happens. So will you take the person to the hospital, or will you take the Mercedes Benz, which is 50 lakh rupees, around that cost? Will you take body to the hospital, or will you take the that car to the garage? Yes. Anyone?
Body.
Yeah, of course, we will take the person to the hospital because that is what, it's not just a 110 rupees, some chemical bundle. Because scientists have done a lot of research. They have kept all the chemical bundles together with all the different organs, everything. But somehow they said that life has missed out from our hands. They went to they did a lot of research. They said that by this particular time, we will be able to make another human without the help of another living entity. But they couldn't do that. So that is the limitations of science and technology. But whereas God, when it comes to him, he can do anything. So that's how we need to understand the Lord's creation, and one has to understand what is the goal of life and how I can depend on that. So we should not unnecessarily understand think ourselves to be of particular caste or country or this. What is our real position? Anyone can tell. We are not American or Indian or anything else. There was one when this India Pakistan match happens, almost all Indians become so mad. They want to see whether who is winning, whether India will win or Pakistan will win. If India wins, then they will put garlands to all the cricketers, and India loses, they will burn the same posters of all those Indian cricketers. So we see that so much extreme situation is there. But those who are very cutter, they say that oh Pakistan, they keep thinking about that, Muslims and all. So you see that in case at that particular time death comes, some accident happens, their death comes, the next life they will get in Pakistan because Antakale Chamameva Smaran Muktva Kaleva. Because at the time of death, whatever you think, that kind of body you are going to get. So that person will get a body in Pakistan, and after getting the body in Pakistan, after getting birth there, then he will struggle to. Then he will understand, oh, these Indians are not good, and then the same person who was earlier against the Pakistanis, now he will be against Indians. So you see how it is when somebody sees from the top the entire what is going on in the material world, he will be actually, it will be like a comedy show for him. What is happening in this material world? So So what question I asked? Yeah, what is our real position? So anyone wants to tell?
Krishna's eternal servant. Jiver Swarupa hai Krishna Nityadas.
Yeah, correct. So Jivera Swarupa hoy, Krishna era Nitya Das. So that is our real position. That is our real constitutional position. So to serve the Lord, to love God. So everything, if you take a salt as the dharma, the nature of salt, what is that? Yeah, to be saltish. That saltish is the nature of salt. Sugar nature is sweet. So nature of sugar is sweet. So similarly, the nature of soul is to love and serve God. So anything else we do apart from this, then we will get into misery or get into different troublesome situations. Like love and serve God, it is there, but somehow after coming here, we because of this kind of misidentification that I am this family, then our actually sense gratification means thinking about ourselves. That is sense gratification, and there is also called as extended sense gratification. That means uh, thinking about our family or then about our caste, our then state, then our nation. So like that, extended sense gratification. But once you come above this, then you think about the living beings, the entire living, the all living entities are like one. We say na Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So everybody is a one unit. So everybody is in part and parcel of the Lord. So when one comes to this understanding, then this all selfishness go away. Then one becomes selfless. Then he can sacrifice for anyone. It doesn't matter whether it is his brother or is some another devotee. He will do the same sacrifice. So that's how the selfishness it converts into selflessness. So that is the real position of the soul. Jivera Swarupa hai Nityara Krishna Das. So then when we understand this, I am the servant of God and all part and parcel, everybody is my because when you are servant of God, you are part and parcel of God. That means everybody is your brothers and sisters. So you don't hate anyone, you are not envious to anyone, you are not lusty towards anyone, you are not proud of your qualities. So then all things becomes very properly, and that's why Krishna says no that when you water the root of the tree, the entire tree gets nourished. So when you love and serve God, then everything else you can take care. But when the loving and serving nature of God, when it comes to different living entities or it comes to our own self, then that is how the problem starts. But if Krishna is in the center, then there is no problem. Okay, going ahead, next reading. Yeah, next devotee we have Abhinav Pro, you can read.
Yes, Prabhu. To think I am American, why shall I take to Krishna consciousness and worship a Hindu god is foolishness. If one thinks I am Mohammedan, I am Christian, or I am Hindu, one is an illusion. One must purify the senses so that one can understand I am a spirit soul, and the supreme spirit soul is Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna, and therefore my duty is to serve Krishna. When one thinks in this way, one immediately becomes free. At that time, one is no longer American, Indian, African, this or that. At that time, one is Krishnaized or Krishna conscious. That is what is wanted. Therefore, Kunti Devi says, my dear Krishna Rishikesha, you are the master of the senses.
Yeah. So to think I am American, why shall I take to Krishna consciousness and worship a Hindu god is foolishness. So Krishna is not limited to a Hindu religion or only particular religion or Sanatan Dharma or only that. Krishna is actually God for everyone. It's like
Everyone.
original God, and then everything else come after him. So if somebody thinks that I am American, he's a Hindu God, that is an offense. So considering Krishna to be that is also
Limited.
even when we go to Dham, there one of the offenses come is Krishna, like thinking Krishna to be from particular state or particular city or he belongs to this particular caste, that is also an offense. So we should not think that God belongs to some particular thing or like that or Hindu. These are all offense to God. So basically, this all division happens by the men in the Kali Yuga. Previously, the entire world was one unit only. The Bharatvarsha was main, and the entire things and all the kings they used to rule. They used to be very Krishna conscious, and that's how they used to rule, like Yudhishthir Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj. But later on, after Parikshit Maharaj's departure, then Kali Yuga began, and then we see that Brahmanas got degraded, Kshatriyas got degraded, and then slowly, only the Shudras remain in this world. Lot of categorization happened, lot of discrimination and different things, which were not taught in Bhagavad Gita and all. They actually brought it up, and that's how the division happened of the entire world. And we see that now people say that we have this god, he has his god, and different gods they have made. But actually, there is only one God, that is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Yes, let us go next. Yes, Ashish Prue. Please read.
For sense, yes, for sense gratification, we have fallen into this material condition and are suffering in different varieties of life. Because this is the material world, even Krishna's mother was put into suffering. Devaki was so advanced that she became the mother of Krishna, but still she was put into difficulties by her own brother Kamsa. That is the nature of this material world. The living entities in this world are so jealous that if one's personal interest is hampered, one will immediately be ready to give trouble to others, even to one's nearest relatives.
Yeah, so sense gratification. Actually, this sense gratification is the main cause because of which we have come to this material condition. We have accepted this, and now we are suffering. We get diseases, we get so many anxieties of different things. There is so much politics happens in the world. So we are all now taking this because of sense gratification. Because we have that tendency of sense gratification, we are now fallen into this world, and we are now paying the price. So here it is said, Prabhupada is saying that sense gratification, when it becomes so strong that one is ready to kill even his own sister, like Kamsa and Devaki example is given. Kamsa was ready to kill her own sister, his own sister, to save his own life. And you know what was the scene when Kamsa was actually the marriage just happened. Devaki and Vasudev, they just got married, and you know the sister's marriage, and even Kamsa was very good to the Vasudeva and Devaki both. Even it is said that when the marriage happened, after that he was the one who was driving that chariot and taking Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki and Vasudeva were sitting behind, and Kamsa was driving the chariot, and he was taking them to their home. So he was very good person in that way. But as soon as he understood, there was Akashvani which was made that the eighth child of your sister is going to kill you. As soon as that was made, it was like, oh, now my sense gratification is going to be hampered. So now kill. She is the cause, so I will kill her. So basically, till the time, even the so-called family, when people are very much attached to the family, even when such kind of things happen, like yesterday, I was talking to one person had come here. He said, "I just wanted to know from the spiritual angle what should I do in my case." I said, "What is the situation?" So then he told, "We are three brothers, and two brothers they are younger to him. He is the eldest brother, and he is in having some government job, and his father has left. Only mother is there, and the two younger brothers they are actually uh, they are having some job, but there is a lot of property which father left behind, and that property is on the mother's name. And he said that they are doing a lot of illegal things by taking, they are already sold some of the land and they have taken the money. So these both brothers are playing politics against him, and even all relatives, everybody, nobody wants to come into this because those two brothers are very cruel, like they speak bad words and they are very much abusive. So they just keep all the relatives are quite away from this family. And these three brothers, they stay just one flat, another like one floor, another floor, and third floor. Like that, they stay together. But he said there is so much uncertainty because everything is on the name of mother, and these two sons, they are pressurizing mother also, and the mother is also they did something because initially the mother was equal to us all the three, But now she is also becoming more on the side of the two brothers, and the elder brother, he is getting hurted because of all these things situation. See, he was asking me, should I just leave it thinking that it is my destiny, or should I fight against this and do something? So, but the case is neither the property is whole on the mother's name, and even mother, they have done some kind of thing with her, giving different medicines on her. Even mother is not able to take the side of this elder brother. And basically, they are thinking that he is already having government job. If he gets this property, then he will become more successful than us, and then we will remain behind, and we will become like a kind of subordinate or junior to him. So they don't want to do that. So they said that even if I try to do something, that they may even remove me from the home also, because now mother is with them. So they may remove me from home, and then I will be homeless. So that was the situation, and this is happening. Just they are all not cousin brothers; they are all real brothers. Still, it is happening with them, and there are many such families where there is a, like, even in my one of my little distant relative, they had two daughters and two sons. So in that family, so basically two daughters, they got married, and there was one elder son and the youngest son. So elder son, he got married, and later on, some, because his father was little drunkard and all, so he left the house. And after getting married, he started staying with the wife in the same city but different home. And hardly he comes to the previous home with his mother father, and he doesn't even give salary. He said that my salary is just enough for my own maintenance of my family, now new family, with his wife, and he got children, so it is enough with that. And the youngest son is there, he couldn't much do education, so he gets only 10 to 15,000 some salary, and he lives in a big city, so whatever salary he earns, everything gets into his own things. Now the mother father, they are just alone. The father, he is retired, he doesn't have any job and all, and initially he also was little into the certain bad habits, so he sold all his land, whatever was there. Now what they have is only the home for staying, but to get daily needs, that grocery and other things, it becomes very difficult. Still, the younger son, that he is very good, so he provides, even with his 10 to 15, he will provide some money to them, and that's how they are taking care. And this this elder son, so many people, actually all the relatives, they told so many things, but still he is so hard at it, he is not ready to even serve his own parents. So that is the situation in this world, that when it comes to sense gratification, people first think of themselves, then they will think of others. Then okay, what to, maybe sometimes they may think of family also, but even in the family something happens, they will think of themselves first. So that is how the selfishness comes, and that is actually arising from the envious mentality. And Prabhupada will elaborate more in the next verse now. Yes, Suraj Prabhu, you can read.
The word khala means jealous. This material world is a world of jealousy and envy. I am envious of you and you are envious of me. The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is meant for one who is no longer jealous or envious. By becoming free from jealousy and envy, one becomes a perfect person. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramanirmatsaranam satam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse number 2. Those who are jealous and envious are within this material world, and those who are not are in the spiritual world. Therefore, we can test ourselves. If we are jealous or envious of our friends or others, associates, we are in the material world. And if we are not jealous, we are in the spiritual world. There need not be no doubt. There need be no doubt of whether we are in spiritually advanced or not. We can test ourselves. Bhakti pareshanubhavo viraktiranya anyatra cha. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 2, verse number 42. When we eat, we can understand for ourselves whether our hunger is satisfied. We don't have to take a certificate from others. Similarly, we can test for ourselves whether we are in the material world or in the spiritual world. If we are jealous or envious, we are in the material world, and if we are not, we are in the spiritual world.
Yeah. So it is said that envy is the last thing which will go in when the purification happens. Envy is the last thing to go. So out of so many anarthas, envy is the most deep-rooted anartha, which will go at the end of purification. All the other things can go very easily, or it will also take time, but the envy is the last thing which will go. And envy is also one of the things by which we have come to this world, because we wanted to enjoy independently of the Lord. So this independentness, thinking oneself better than others, and if somebody else gets success, then becoming morose or becoming sad or unhappy seeing the other success, that is all the symptoms of enviousness. So basically, there is like Prabhupada, there is one of the lecture, Srila Prabhupada says, there is the Vaikuntha thinking and there is a materialistic thinking. So Vaikuntha thinking means if somebody gets success, then I become happy. I say I also become happy and I celebrate that success. And if somebody is sad or if he got some failure, then we also feel that same pain. So basically, para dukkha dukhi and para sukha sukhi. That means seeing others' happiness, we also become happy. So that is Vaikuntha thinking. But opposite to that is envious mentality, where if somebody gets success, then we become morose. How he could get it? He was just a normal person. How he could crack this particular exam? And I tried so much, I couldn't get. He got such a big package in this company. He got such good position, and I did not get it. So this comparison, basically envy means you compare with others and understand. Okay, if somebody is successful, then you immediately try to pull him, or you feel little insecurity. And if somebody is got failure, then the person becomes happy. So that is the materialistic thinking, that he becomes very happy, that others para dukkha sukhi, somebody else's the pain, we become happy in that. So that is like para sukha dukhi. So basically this mentality has to be changed. So once I was hearing one class where it is said that if one becomes in this, especially in the spiritual circle, if we become happy by seeing another devotee's advancement, seeing that, oh, this devotee has so nicely advanced, he has grown so much nicely, he's able to give so nice classes, he's getting association of so many senior devotees, and he's growing and growing in his spiritual practice. So when we see that, if we think and we become happy, then we will also get advanced. Our elevation will also happen. So this is the amazing thing in the spiritual thing. If we become happy by seeing another's advancement, then we will also advance. And in case we feel insecurity or envious by seeing another's advancement, then we will degrade immediately. So that is the spiritual. In the spiritual circle, this can be easily seen. So as soon as somebody is successful and you feel some kind of insecurity, or you try to do some politics, then immediately the person's advancement level will go down, and that will be observed in his chanting, in his spiritual practices. You will see that everything is going down. Then you understand, I was trying to go up, but now what is happening? That is because there is a Vaishnava Aparadh which is happening. When we in the outside circle, sometimes these things quite natural. These things always happen. But in at least in devotee circle, we should not become envious towards others. What to speak of devotees? Even outsiders also we should not become. But at least devotees, because it may become an offense when we do this kind of thing. Or somebody is in he's utter need of something, like especially when the two groups are there, they are preaching in the same area, or they have a preaching program, and one group needs certain instrument or some projector or something they require, and the other groups, they think if I give this, their program will become more successful, and then they don't give. So then that is not a good that is not what we say healthy competition. So Prabhupada always encouraged healthy competitions amongst devotees. So when one temple used to distribute a lot of books, Prabhupada books, then used to tell other temple, see how much they are distributing. So you should also do. So that is like a healthy competition. They are doing, so we are not envious to them, but we also want to offer the best to the Lord. So in that way, I will also try my best. So Radhanath Maharaj once he was telling that you should do so much endeavor that you can do the maximum number of books. And after distributing so many books, so that kind of endeavor should be there. But when the result comes, you should understand that I should suppose some target is there. This 3 lakh or 4 lakh books should be done. So target should be very high. But when the result comes, we should think that I should be the last one. With 4 lakhs, I should come like 5th, 6th rank, like the down ranks, so that everybody else will get the better ranks and more books are distributed. So that should be our consciousness. So that is called healthy competition, the Vaikuntha thinking. Otherwise, another places, the materialistic thinking. And that's how we see our ISKCON organization. It is running so properly because of this healthy competition, and people help each other to grow in their spiritual life, or even to in their projects and different accomplishment. So if we try to pull everyone, then you see that the growth will not happen. In case some temple is not growing, this is one of the reasons that they may have that kind of mentality. And only one person wants to be on the top, and he doesn't want to empower other people. So that's how the growth will not happen. Like one of the place that some neophyte devotees, they were going for book distribution. So one team did a lot of book distribution, other team could not do that. So the other team, so the next day they decided that we will do more. So after trying a lot also, they could distribute, their distribution was quite less than the other book distributors. Then one day they punctured the tire of another bus people, and then they couldn't go only for book distribution. And of course, these people then came first. But this is not a proper competition. This is going to affect the Srila Prabhupada's movement. So one has to understand how to utilize this in a healthy way. This competition, not in a way to say competition should be to inspire each other, not not to pull their leg and bring them down.
Why we become
Yeah.
jealous?
Basically, the jealous mentality comes uh, because of that selfishness only. It's an outcome of selfishness. When we become selfish, then we are only thinking about ourselves. And that's how when something happens, somebody else is getting better, then that turns into envy. How he got, why I did not get. So that is selfish mentality turns into enviousness. So that's why Prabhupada initially told about selfishness, sense gratification. Now he is going further to the envious nature. And now he will tell that the same envious nature will come to God also. So in the next paragraph that is covered. Okay, so next paragraph, someone who is there. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, will you be able to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
If one is not jealous, one can serve Krishna very well, because jealousy and envy begin with being jealous of Krishna. For example, some philosophers think, why should Krishna be God? I am also God. This is the beginning of material life, to be envious of Krishna. Why should Krishna be the enjoyer? They think, I shall also be the enjoyer. Why should Krishna enjoy the gopis? I shall become Krishna and make a society of gopis and enjoy. This is Maya. No one but Krishna can be the enjoyer. Krishna therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yajna. Uh, I am the only enjoyer. If we supply ingredients for Krishna's enjoyment, we attain the perfection of life. But if we want to imitate Krishna, thinking I shall become God and enjoy like him, then we are in Maya. Our natural position is to provide enjoyment for Krishna in the spiritual world. For example, Krishna enjoys, and the gopis, the transcendental cowherd girls, supply the ingredients for Krishna's enjoyment. This is bhakti.
Yeah. So here you see the jealous mentality. When it comes to devotees, then it comes to even God also. One can serve Krishna very well, but because jealousy and envy begin with being jealous to Krishna. So some philosophers, they may think, why should Krishna be God? I am also God. So I can also do that. Why what is the need of Krishna? Like some of the people, when this is how the atheist came up. When they used to go and beg, in the America, when the people used to go and beg the Lord Jesus, please give us our daily bread. So the truckload of people, one manufacturer from one place, they came and they said, please take bread. Then they gave it to those people. And they said that, see, you are going to God and you are asking for bread, and God is not ready to give, but we are able to give. So who are we? We are God. So that's how he was telling and making them atheist, saying that God does not exist. So basically, those who say that God does not exist, and they want to themselves become God. So that is envious mentality. That's why they become atheist. So any atheist you take, they are actually envious of God. So they want to remove God from the picture and they want to put themselves in the front. And that's how that envious mentality can be seen. So any person who takes credit for their own self, I have done this. This is because of my endeavors. This company, I have studied because of my endeavors and my sweat and toil, everything I have done. So actually, there is a jealous of Krishna, and they're taking all the credit. Like if you ask this person from where you got the bread, The grains they have taken from God only, from the nature only. The seed, whether they have manufactured the seed, any lab you take, can they manufacture any of the seed? It cannot be possible. The seeds are given by God. They have to just sow it, and the grains come and they take credit that we have generated, and God does not exist. So this is just a foolishness and their illusion that they don't accept the existence of God. So this is an envious mentality. Understanding everything is given by God, then we become very grateful, and then we understand our real position we come, that is our Nityara Krishna Das, that is the real, then we become actually happy.
So, does Krishna feel bad when we fall into Maya and we think we have to be the God and we have to be enjoy that?
Yeah, of course, it is painful for him, because if some living entities gets into such kind of, because Krishna is always is eagerly waiting for us when we will come back to him. You see that Gop Kumar, when he goes to the spiritual world back, Krishna is embracing. So there is one photo where Krishna is embracing the Gop Kumar. So he is very happy. He is actually, that time there are tears in Krishna's eyes. That, oh, this living entity was so, till now I was feeling so much separation from him. Now he has come. So even though he has already all the Radharani, Gopals, Gopis, Yashodama, everybody is there. But when the living entity, like all of us, when we go back, Krishna will embrace us and he will be very happy to receive. And and actually it is said that Krishna is waiting for each and every one of us. He is waiting for us when we will come back to him. So that two analogy, that Upanishad, that story comes, no? Two birds. They are sitting on the tree. One bird is eating the fruits of the tree, and another bird is just watching. So basically, he's actually waiting. When the first bird, he will look at me, and then I will take. So that's why when we take one step to Krishna, Krishna takes 1,000 steps towards us. As soon as somebody becomes interested in Krishna consciousness, he gets some kind of question, where to go, why am I suffering? Immediately the association will be arranged towards him. So that these all arrangements are done by God. So he's very eager. And if somebody goes away, then it's very painful situation. But then God gives it to then it is under Maya. Krishna is not able to directly take that living entity under his supervision. Then he keeps them under that Maya. Like sometimes the child who is not properly doing his studies and is not listening to the father, then the father says, okay, I will hire a tuition teacher and you be under tuition teacher. And the tuition teacher will give slaps also sometimes, and the tuition teacher will chastise him, and that's how the person will come to track. So that's how we may come under track after some time. But so that is what Krishna is unhappy with our rebellion, which we go against him. Okay, so Ganesh, Prabhu, you can read Bhakti, this paragraph. Okay, Jitendra Prabhu can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Bhakti is a relationship between master and servant. The servant's duty is to serve the master, and the master supplies whatever the servant needs. Nityo Nityam
Chetana Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kamam.
The Vedic literature informs us that Krishna can supply all the necessities for one's life. There is no scarcity and no economic problem. We simply have to try to serve Krishna, and then everything will be complete.
Yeah, so Bhakti is relationship between master and servant, not the material master and servant. Your master wants to exploit the servant, and servant want to do as less service as possible and derive the maximum salary from the master. That is not Bhakti. Bhakti is a pure relationship where master also wants to become servant of his devotees. Like Krishna becomes charioteer of Arjuna. And the servant's duty is to serve the master. Master supplies whatever the servant needs. So Nitya Nityanam, Chetana Chetanam. So any group you take, there has to be some leader. You take a state, there has to be a chief minister. You take a country, there has to be a prime minister. Even amongst the student class, there has to be a monitor. There in the school, there has to be a teacher, and there has to be a principal. And so there has to be one leader amongst the entire group. So amongst all the living entities, so God, the Supreme Lord Krishna, He is the Supreme God, and that's how we are all the children of God. So there always has to be a master. So master-servant relationship always will be there. And we simply have to serve Krishna, and then everything will be complete. Yes, Ganesh, will you be able to read?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes. The Krishna desires there may be ample supplies. In America, for example, there is an ample supply of everything needed, although in other countries this is not so. For instance, when I went to Switzerland, I saw that everything there is imported. The only thing supplies locally is snow. This is all under Krishna control. If one becomes a devotee, who one will be amply supplied with food, and if one does not become a devotee, one will be covered with snow. Everything is under Krishna's control. So actually, there is no scarcity. The only scarcity is scarcity of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So God has given everything, whatever is required for us to maintain our life. So everything is given. So especially the basic needs, water, food, oxygen. So whatever basic facilities, everything God has given. What man is making, they are all the artificial things. So only scarcity is scarcity of Krishna consciousness. Yes, everyone has read? Aditya Pro. Yes, you can read the next paragraph.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, also I wanted to share something.
Yes.
Prabhuji, once I had been to my relative's home. So at that time I was being served with food. So I was offering my prayers. At that time, the male member of that home, he said that, why are you offering prayers to the food? Because it's my wife who has prepared it. So I was like, I said, the Lord is the one who is the supreme and who is supplying this food. So he said, how, where's the logic? It's just now where my wife has prepared this and she is serving you. So I said, if there is no, if the potential of that seed goes off to grow, then how will it grow? So he said, why will the potential go away? If we pour water and if we provide organic matter and everything, so naturally it will grow. But still that growing potential is arranged by the nature. I said, and then this nature is being created by God. So further he said, no, you are saying wrong. You don't have any logic. So I could sense that how the way he was envious.
Yeah.
So Prabhuji, this, yeah.
Hmm.
So when one is envious, he would not be, I think he may never be able to surrender to Krishna, because Kans is one example. He was also thinking of Krishna. He was still in Krishna consciousness. He was thinking of Krishna, but he was envious. So he was never able to execute devotional service.
Yes, correct.
So is
Basically,
it that,
the entire
yes,
world can never become Krishna consciousness. That will never happen. There will be some people, they will become, but there will be majority. Like diamond shop, you will see only few people coming to the diamond shop taking the diamond. Not the entire all people cannot come. So similarly, there will be such envious people, and we can try our best to put the things and all. But some people are very unreasonable. You keep telling them, but they don't even agree for even the understanding also. Then such people, we just leave it. We leave it. We can just pray for them. Oh Krishna, please take care of him. At least give him some intelligence so that he can come to you. Otherwise, so that's how we leave them to Krishna. So,
yes, Prabhuji.
that's what we can do. We can just pray for him.
Prabhuji, so if a particular soul is completely envious of Krishna, then it would not be able to serve the Lord at any stage or at any point of his life.
Yes.
So it has to merge in the Brahma Jyoti.
No, why he will go to Brahmajyoti also? He will get different living species of life. He will keep rotating in the cycle. Brahmajyoti also, it's a very big, high platform. Even to go there also, one has to, actually, even to go to heavenly planets, one should have some kind of devotion. Then only he can go even to the heavenly planets. Not that just because somebody has done punya, he goes to heaven. Even that punya should be accompanied by some kind of devotion to God. So when it comes to higher planet system or even Brahmajyoti, they has to have some tinge of devotion to God. Then only. So these people can never go on the upper planetary system. They will always go down on.
Right, Prabhuji.
Yes, only last two paragraphs are remaining, so we will complete that. So who is remaining? Aditya Prabhu has read, I think, already.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Who is remaining to read? Online. Okay, Pranit Prabhu, you can read. Of course, the world is full of dangers.
Of course, the world is full of dangers, but Kunti Devi says, because Devaki is your devotee, you saved her from the distresses imposed upon her by her envious brother. As soon as Devaki's brother heard that his sister's eighth son would kill him, he was immediately ready to kill Devaki. But Devaki's husband pacified him. It is the duty of a husband to protect his wife, and therefore Devaki's husband said, my dear brother-in-law, why are you envious of your sister? After all, your sister will not kill you. It is her son who will kill you. That is the problem. So I shall deliver all the sons to you. Then you may do whatever you like with them. Why should you kill this innocent newly married girl? She is your younger sister, and you should protect her, just as you would protect your daughter. Why should you kill her? In this way, he placated Kamsa, who believed Vasudeva's word and that he would bring all the sons so that if Kamsa wanted, he would kill them. Vasudeva thought, let me save the present situation. After all, if Kamsa later gets an nephew, he may forget this envy. But Kamsa never forgot. Instead, he kept Devaki and Vasudeva in prison for a long time at the Chigram and killed all their sons. Finally, Krishna appeared and saved Vasudeva and Devaki.
Yeah, so this is how Vasudeva tackled that particular situation, and later on Krishna appeared, and then that's how Vasudeva and Devaki were saved. Yes, Ashish, to last paragraph. Ashish Prabhu.
Therefore, we must depend on Krishna like Devaki and Kunti. After Kunti became a widow, the envious Dhritarashtra was always planning ways to kill her sons, the five Pandavas, because by chance I was born blind. He thought I could not inherit the throne of the kingdom, and instead it went to my younger brother. Now he is dead, so at least my sons should get the throne. This is the materialistic propensity. One thinks shall be happy, my sons will be happy, my community will be happy, my nation will be happy. This is extended selfishness. No one is thinking of Krishna and how Krishna will be happy. Rather, everyone is thinking in terms of his own happiness. How shall I happy? How will my children, my community, my society, and my nation will be happy? Everywhere we shall find this. Everyone is struggling for existence, not thinking of how Krishna will be happy. Krishna consciousness is very sublime. We should try to understand it from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and try to engage our senses for the service of the master of the senses. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. Then we shall actually be happy.
Yeah, so this is the conclusion. Prabhupada is summarizing the entire thing, what he told in the entire purport. So this is a Prabhupada class which is made into a book. The purport is nothing but the class which Prabhupada has given. So we must depend on Krishna like Devaki and Kunti. So and instead of thinking about how I shall be happy, actually there is a formula also. Prahlad Maharaj said that if you want to be happy, then if you want to be happy, what is that? If one really wants to be happy, then don't try to become happy. So that is actually the real formula for happiness. If one try to become happy, then actually he will end up in frustration. If you want to really happy, don't chase after happiness. Then so that is what perform Krishna consciousness, and then you automatically become happy. So that is the main thing. So thank you all very much for joining. So we will continue from the next time. Next chapter, that is 7th chapter, we will take. 6th chapter we have successfully completed. And any of you who are in Pune or near Pune, you can try to take the opportunity. Now GBC meetings are coming. So it is first time it is happening in Pune. The dates are 25th October to 29th October. So 5 days. So GBC meeting means all the sannyasis, ISKCON, gurus, and everybody, they are coming. They have yearly twice they have meetings. The March month they have these meetings together. So that happens in Mayapur. That is fixed. This midterm meeting, which is winter meeting, it happens in different places. So Pune, first time it is happening. Generally, it happens in Juhu and few other places. But first time it is happening in Pune. So in case you are there, please take the opportunity. You can at least come for 1 or 2 days. In the morning program, you will see all the dandas, and because many sannyasis will be coming, and many of the Prabhupada disciples whom you may not be able to see together at any time. Sometimes you may see some particular Maharaj, some other times you may see some other Maharaj there. But in this meeting, everybody will be coming together, and you can even see their exchanges also. So very good opportunity. In case you are available, you are most welcome to stay in NVCC for at least few days and take this opportunity and grow.
I am coming, Prabhuji. We have already spoken.
Okay, nice, nice. Which date you are coming?
I'll come on 25th only. I was planning to come on 24th, but 25th being Ekadashi, I would like to, offer Abhishek at home first. And as soon as Abhishek is completed, I will leave at 9 o'clock from house and will reach around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And will leave next day, which is 26th, I will leave.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
one day entirely I'll
24th
stay.
is holiday, I think, for many of you. Dashera is there.
Yeah, 24th is holiday. The Sera is there. But again, I am also volunteering in one of the community services here for Durga Puja also. So the Sera day will be occupied, and 25th being Ekadashi, I don't want that my house deities to be unattended on Ekadashi day. So
Right.
once they are served in the morning, I'll leave and be there in Pune on by afternoon only.
Yes, yes. 24th is the arrival of all the senior devotees, and 25th the meetings will start. Of course, we are not the part of meeting, but
Yes.
arrival we will be there. Radheshampru said that for each devotee who is coming to Pune, as soon as they come to airport or station, there should be at least 2-digit number of people should go and receive them at the airport. So,
Oh, Hari.
and some devotees said, Projis, but some guests are coming in the early morning 2:30. Say, don't worry, just give it to those people, they will manage. They can take the holidays. Projis said the devotees should take holidays for this, especially those who are in Pune, congregation and other devotees nearby. So they can, this is once in a lifetime opportunity. So they can take advantage of this. Okay, so thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
One more
Krishna.
Kapil Prabhu whom we spoke about is also attending the class with me only. He came and he is attending in the same laptop. He says he will attend it every Sunday now. He liked the class very much. Kapil Prabhu, whom number which I had sent, that he also he wishes to connect with the temple. You remember we had spoken?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct.
So yeah, so he is also attending with me. I'll just turn on the camera. He wishes to
Please
greet you,
share
Hare
all.
Krishna once. Yeah. He's Kapil
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Kapil.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful. You keep coming like this for every Sunday. We have this online reading, and Ekadashis we chant also early morning, 5:30 to 6:30 like that. You
Zoom पे
can
भी
join.
chant. हाँ? Okay.
Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I had a question. Hare
Yes,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
yes, Aditya Bro. Others, if they want, they can leave.
Prabhuji, I would like to know the destination of some hardcore nationalists. Like you said, there should not be any attachment to motherland or the Lord clearly declares in Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityagya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraj. So, like one example is of Bhagat Singh, like he sacrificed his life for the motherland, and even he declared that he was an atheist. So,
Hmm.
what would be the destination of such people?
Destination of people who are attached to nation.
Yes.
Yeah, they will surely get some punya because they are doing good activities. They are not hurting anyone, whereas they are saving the people. They are doing this. Even those Indians, they are like in one sense they are even protecting all devotees also because devotees are also part of the country. In that way, they will get devotional credit also, and they will get punya also. So, of course, either they may get their destination is surely better than those who are engaging in sinful activities. So these people's destination will be better. So either they may get birth in the same nation because they are so much attached to the nation. So they may get birth in the same nation in a very good family, or them in the as a human birth they may get, or they may even go to heavenly planets also. So that that thing is their destination.
So they may also get spiritual punya, na?
Yeah, because they are protecting the entire India, so in that devotees also comes. So in that way, they will get spiritual punyas. Actually, being in India, people are very fortunate. They get even the police and all. Like when we have Rath Yatras, many people, the police and all, they only do the all crowd management and all. So in that way, they are also getting some kind of service. They are also getting engaged into service. So they in that way they also get that spiritual credits. And we actually devotees are very expert. They engage many other people also. Like somebody gives permission in the college, so or to do some spiritual activity, some program, or in the company, or some prasadam they are taken, or they are and actually Indian people from the birth only they know Krishna, Ram. They watch the pastimes of Krishna and all. So in that way, they are doing spiritual. There's some credit they will also receive because of that. They'll not
Right.
become completely purified, but they may get again birth, but the spiritual credits they are getting, so that may increase and eventually they may become devotees also.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare